Hey guys, it's the Golden Sound Twice. I am very, very sorry about how my voice sounds. I have a cold or a sinus infection or just some shenanigan that's going on, and so yay. Anyway, so here is the Samurai Flamenco review, part 2, that has been long awaited by nobody. I mean, backed by unpopular demand, me. But I'm going to lay down because I feel crappy. Anyway, you know, I have to say that this was a really interesting show, and that it takes everything, like every genre within the superhero and super vigilante world, and kind of like smooshes it all into one show. You have everything from like references to Power Rangers, like the old Voltron. There's like references to like Sailor Moon. So like, you know, a lot of the old stuff that we all grew up on. All of it awesome in its own ways. All of it that I find extremely cheesy. Like, literally, there are times where Hazama is saying like these cheesy lines, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I need a glass of vodka for this. You know, it's like, you guys, so a little bit of secondhand character embarrassment going on, where you're just like, people don't talk like this, stop. But then it had a lot of interesting elements in it that felt very like almost even Batman in a way. And I say Batman because I mean like the psychological twists that it would take. The show encompassed everything from the outrageous, hilarious, like this makes no sense, why is this happening type thing, you had some very ridiculous villains that you're just like, why are you even a thing, to other villains who clearly had something psychologically going on with them. And then, so like the middle of the show is very focused on like these like ridiculous villains from outer space. Like, of course, the whole goal is to take over Japan or the world, and you're like, why us, bro? Like, I'm sure there's another galaxy somewhere far more interesting, but here we are. And so it like, so you'll have those type of characters, right? And it gets like really ridiculous to the point where you're just like, who are these other superheroes? Who are you? Who is she? Who's that? What is that? Like, you're just watching it going, I gotta write this all down. Slow down, Professor. I can't keep up. So you'll have like that going on. But then you have the beginning of the show, where again is very slice of life and psychological in a way. And it goes back to that at the end of the show, where we go back to the slice of life. There's no longer aliens invading. There's no longer mutants running around. There's a point in time where Hazama is talking to God, or like this universe's like version of God. And I was sitting there and I'm just like, huh. Again, it was all things that I was not expecting, that you don't expect. And that's what's so interesting about the show, is that it takes you places that you're not expecting. And the entire time, you're cheering on for the characters. You're like, this show is ridiculous as fuck. But I love the characters, so here we are. But what's really interesting is that, like, so towards the very end, it takes on this very dark psychological twist that I most certainly was not expecting. And really, when you watch the show, expect the unexpected. Because it just, it surprises you. It surprised me. I was watching it, and the last few episodes, I almost went nuts for, because, like, you find something out about one of the characters, and it's something that he's done throughout the entire show, and, like, it's something that we all do, and you're watching it, and you're like, okay, yeah, you know, I don't see what the big deal is, why are we even bringing this up? And you find out why he does it, and you find out the psychological reasonings behind it, and you're just like, so, yeah. It gets, also, sorry I'm always messing with my hair. Not professional enough. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'll get better, I promise. But anyway. So it just, like, Samurai Flamenco it's a trip. It is an absolute trip. I recommend it. The show takes you on a journey that you're not expecting. You go along with the characters, and you know, in some things the show addresses like PTSD, it addresses depression, anxiety, what the cause and effect of apathy can be, and like the different ways that can affect people. Also, we do have LGBT characters, which is really fantastic. Mo is, I believe she is a lesbian, Mari is bisexual, and I know a lot of people ship them together. I think Mo deserves much better in life. You know, I do like Mari, I really, really do, but she, is very crazy. And that's even something that is addressed, the, like, type of aggression that this character has. And I actually would love to kind of see a little bit into her past, if there's any way we find out why she has aggression. There's some characters I consider as asexual. There's definitely, I believe, Goto is bisexual, and Hazuma's gay as fuck. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, I can definitely see, like homo romantic and potentially like asexual, or maybe even more demi. Like, I could see him in the demi scale. But either way, again, these are my own personal headcanons. You know, I would love to hear what you guys think. But it's just, I think it's a really great show. Again, it's trippy. If you enjoy drinking, like, pour yourself a glass of wine or beer or whiskey or what have you not, pop some popcorn, gather up your friends, sit, and be like, all right, let's start this. I think it has a little bit of everything for anybody, really. It has the super ridiculous, over the top, you know, Power Rangers, Chuck Norris type references. Then it also has, for fans who prefer the more psychological, like, what drives a character to do this, what makes them do this type of thing, it definitely has those elements in it. And while I would have liked personally to have a mixture of both in each episode, I also think that the crazy trip that it takes you on is fun. So I recommend it if you guys have already watched it or you're about to watch it. You know, please comment, let me know your thoughts on this show. It's a lot of fun. It's on Netflix currently. It's in the Japanese dub only, but you know, whether or not you're a big fan of dub or sub, I really like both. You know, in any anime, for the most part, it really depends on, I think, the voice director and the actors themselves. But long story short, it's really great. It's really fun. I recommend it. So I'm gonna go take some medicine before I pass out. So the Golden Sound Twice out. Y'all have fun. Bye!